everybody. Today I'm here with my mom and my dad, and we're doing the second episode of Let's Talk About Running. So, let's talk about running.
Let's.
What's to talk about?
Well, okay, we're gonna talk about running mostly, but also some of the other sports, I guess.
Sure.
And in general running, but some other random things too. So let's start with, why did you guys put me in gymnastics first?
Well, that's easy.
I'll answer that one. I took gymnastics when I was little and I loved it. I coached gymnastics for many years, ran gymnastics camps, and I know how much I got out of gymnastics. So it kind of was a no-brainer that when you were little, we put you in. He had no
I went along with it.
Yeah.
What was the best part about watching me do gymnastics?
I would say when you didn't fall. No, everything about it was amazing.
How dedicated you were.
Yeah.
You progressed fast.
Yeah.
And you were really, you're really into it.
Yeah, you showed you had incredible
Determined.
talent, and you've always been a hard worker no matter what. So it was really neat seeing you really, just take off. I always got super nervous at the competitions.
I was gonna say that.
What was video you and I'd be
what
like
was the
shaking, and my hands would be all sweaty. I'd have to do this all the time.
I always had to have the camera when you were on.
You were
Yeah.
On
you
the
were a
beam.
little bit nervous, right?
Oh, I was nervous.
Yeah, but not like
No.
she couldn't.
Because I competed in gymnastics too, nowhere near the level you did, but I knew exactly what it felt like when you had to compete. And
What were you sad when I quit?
No.
Honestly, he wasn't.
The drive was starting to wear on us. It was at a half an hour each way, 5 days a week, times
4 days a week.
4
4
days.
days a week, times how many years, and
Yeah, I would leave school
4 days a
early
week.
sometimes,
Yeah.
and I wouldn't get home till 9 o'clock,
Yeah.
and so it was
And getting
just-
homework done and
Yeah.
missing out on some things with friends.
We
I knew
missed-
that definitely the timing was
I
right.
missed some of the parent group.
Okay,
Yeah.
what did you think of running when I was in elementary school? Like when I didn't really, like I tried, but I was
Yeah.
just not, I was doing it for
I
me. What
wasn't-
do you think?
If you didn't come first, I wasn't happy.
I only came first twice.
Well, you were just have natural, you were a natural in most of the sports that you tried. So no surprise that you were good at it and you didn't really have to work at it. But you weren't, it wasn't a big deal. Like you would just go and
Yeah. Okay. What about when I actually I told you guys like I wanted to start running? What was that like?
I don't remember you telling us that.
I just kind of started,
Yeah.
didn't I?
Yeah.
Yeah.
We just all of a sudden started getting together with the running group, and
Yeah.
I don't remember it being a big discussion at all.
I was glad just that you had something, because gymnastics took up so much of your life, so much of your time, that it was actually worrisome. Oh my gosh, what is Jenna going to do now that gymnastics is done? Not that I thought you were going to get into any trouble or anything, but it was nice that you had something else that you
Good
could
fact,
now
yeah.
do and focus on and have goals,
Yes.
set some goals. So yeah, I was happy. Might as well have been running.
Yeah.
Why not?
I was naturally a good runner, so it just happened to be that you would follow in
Follow in
my
my
footsteps.
What was your favorite race that you've watched me in high school?
Easy for me. That was OFSA.
Awesome.
OFSA when you came third.
Awesome when I came third. Yeah.
Yeah.
That was a good one.
Oh my gosh, sorry, I can't remember. It was your last year, and it was the cross country, but it was like regionals or something.
Oh.
It was
Yeah.
whatever the name
What
I
was.
was hoping you said that
Of
one because
course,
I
that
won
was-
that. That's
What race did we miss that you won?
Oh, they missed
We're
my
late.
grade 12. It's called LASA, so it's like for people in the States, it's like your state meet to get to the final. And I was trying to beat the record, which was 4:37. And I was doing it all by myself. So I kind of wanted that cheering support. And they got there right after I crossed the finish line, and I beat the record. But they tried, and it was hard. But
Darn.
race you were saying the cross
Oh, that was so
country
cool. You were so much better than everybody else. That was so cool.
I wouldn't say I was so much better. I
Yeah,
just
but
was
you just-
better that day.
You did really well that day, and your best friend was there too, so that was cool.
What did you think when I told you guys that I wanted to go to school in the States, or when that whole process started? Like, what were your emotions when I was probably
I
gonna go
was
to
really
school?
excited.
Yeah. Yeah,
Because I just knew the training and the coaching and the facilities and everything was going to be top notch.
I don't know, went to university in Canada. I was a little bit partial to maybe at first staying in Canada, and I knew you'd certainly be closer to us likely if you were in Canada, so I was a little bit, I don't want her to go far away. But then when the opportunity, happened, it was like, oh, this is so cool. Wow, this could actually really happen.
I only visited Xavier, and it was with my mom. So I'm gonna ask
Yeah.
you, what did you think of visiting Xavier?
Oh, it was amazing. Right from the start when we met Coach Warner, he was so good, just so, eased your mind, and super nice guy. Like right off the bat, I had just had a really good feeling. And again, we didn't know that was the only place, we had visited at that point, and actually it ended up being the only
I know,
place.
yeah.
But I thought to
That's
myself,
how much I liked it.
there's no way any other school could top this.
So, my first year, what was it like having me not at home? Good.
Dropping off was super hard, but it was super hard for everybody. You could just tell all the parents that were there, like all of a sudden Coach Orner's like, okay,
but at
say
home.
goodbye.
The house was
Yeah.
the house was cleaner.
Okay, let me finish. So that was hard, and knowing you were like a 9-hour drive away. So, but it wasn't as bad as I thought. It was definitely hard, but it
Well, we got
got
to see
easier.
Other.
What urged you to? He came to explain that story.
Well, there was a race that was out at Staten Island, New York.
New York.
And I think what it was also I'm a Flyers fan, so I wanted to go to a hockey game. Philadelphia. So I talked my brother into coming, and we would surprise Jenna at a race. And I like to do that spur of the moment, like just try to really.
Yeah, that was a good surprise, and I was running really well then, and you kind of knew that I would probably do pretty well.
Yeah,
that was
and you had no
indoor.
idea.
You saw my indoor 5K, I think.
Where do you sleep sometimes when Jenna's not here? Do you go on Jenna's bed? She likes Jenna's bed.
What do you guys like running? And do you run? Do you like running?
Well, I started again, and then I faded a little bit. I actually do enjoy the feeling when I'm done, but it's as you get older, it takes a lot longer to get back into it. Sometimes you need to pick other things to do, like walking, and now
I'm gonna go for a walk after this.
biking is.
Mister
Not
just
with
heard
her.
that.
What do you?
I'm a fair weather runner. I like to go for runs, but at a nice easy pace, or I like to do some running around a track or do some sprint work. But mostly because I like to play soccer. I play women's soccer, so it's more running for that than running like you run. So
Yeah, so I wouldn't say it was like passed down for me to
No.
run necessarily, but fit parents.
Yeah, I will.
Oh, what the heck? What do you think I can do with running?
I see that. I think you're going to do some longer distance running. I could definitely see you tackling a half marathon or a marathon, and a
half
couple of
I've done
times.
so raced
but
it,
like
not raced it, yeah.
but no, I could see you actually doing some races at running those distances. I think that you will be a part of running clubs always, because I think you like to.
Yeah.
You're a very good mentor to others, so I think that you would be. Maybe even run a running club, and you actually really enjoy putting programs together. So that could be something that you do. I don't know career-wise, but it could be something you do just as a side. I'm a teacher, but I also teach fitness classes just kind of on the side. So you could do something with running that isn't your career, but then there's also career possibilities. That I don't know. Did I say it all?
Yeah, that sounds.
What she said?
No, I figured she's gonna do some marathons. I don't
Some
know what
marathons, maybe.
triathlons would be like a whole different thing with like the
I know. I
cycling
kind
part.
of wanted
Swimming,
to
you're
do.
good.
Yeah, I have part of me wants to do triathlon because I've gotten really good at swimming. When both my injuries, I got pretty good at swimming actually. Like, I'm not trying to brag, but I could swim easily for an hour. I did swimming workouts, like, and running. I've heard, like, if you're good at running, you can be pretty good at the triathlon. So maybe, but biking, I'm not so.
Just haven't done
I
it.
just don't.
Yeah, you just have
Yeah. But definitely the longer distances and just still running.
Okay,
All right. Thank you guys for watching this video.
Thank you.
Hope you're staying safe in quarantine and keep running if you're a runner. And I'll see you guys in the next video.
See you
Bye.
on the flip side.
Flip side.